that is not, or is it going to work? It may do. Let's just tighten up a little bit. Well, we're live. Anyway, we haven't got any live viewers at the moment, but as per usual, I'm having technical difficulties. But we're not going to be having a technical difficulty with the power this morning because Johnyboy has sorted it out. Yours truly got on top of it. Those electricians come along and they couldn't find the fault, but I found the fault. Just gonna. I always like to have on the screen all the comments and likes and dislikes. Do you know you can actually trace the dislikes? We got 4 live viewers. Thanks for joining. I hope John Ward's on here, and I hope everyone else is on here. I hope people come and join this morning. Just go straight to the comments now. Just refresh that page now so I can actually see what's been said. We haven't got any callers coming in this morning for one reason or another. I don't know, but there you go. Anyway, welcome to Saturday Morning Live with Johnyboy. We're going to be doing this on a regular basis, as I said before, and we haven't got any live viewers at the moment, or have we? 8. Should I get my glasses on? There we are. 10 live viewers. There we go. Thanks for joining me and my glasses. Got to say, big thank you to ITS, the 2 people, for supporting this live stream. Ben, Richie and James there, the guys down in ITS. If you don't know who they are, they sell tools. Get on there, have a look. Absolutely fantastic range of tools. And if you spend over £100, you will get your truck, your remote control truck. It'll say Johnny Truck. If you go online in capitals, you have to put Johnny Truck as a promo code. Good morning, John Ward. How are you, sir? I did phone you last night. How you doing? We have as well Andrew Ashford that's joined us as well. Thanks for joining. So important that we recognise Gareth Williams. Morning, mate. Hey, Gareth, I would have called in and seen you when I was up there if I'd only knew. What's the odds on a power cut this morning? I don't know. I hope there isn't. There's not. I'd say there isn't going to be a power cut. Do you know? I'm going to tell you that now. Got your voicemail, mate. I'll give you a call Monday if that's okay. No problem at all. Yeah, we had a problem for a while now. We've had the experts out, and that's why our customers call us sometimes, because we are the experts. And we had, they're good guys. I'm not gonna slate anybody or haven't got anybody. It was quite funny, really, in some respect. Extra Life Gaming says, looks like we can add cement to the list of products on long availability. Upcoming months are going to be a challenge, to say the least. Yeah, absolutely. It's great to respond to people when they're saying things now, because I had a problem with Juicens this week trying to get cement. We'll get on to that in a minute. John Ward says, there she is. You really need to come and say hello. No. Oh, she won't say hello. Oh, you can say hello. No. You can put your hand in front and just say hello. Okay. Yeah. Just going to read what people say there. Lee Andy's just joined us, I could see. Yeah, absolutely. Bet the spend. John Ward says, no growlings this week. Alison is on the case. Big kiss, 2 kisses. Yeah, absolutely. She is on the case. Shads has joined us. Hey, Shads, how's it going? Lee Andy, morning, mate. Hope as well. Great having Lee Andy down here the other week and his other half. Great meeting him. Good morning. How are you all doing? I'm absolutely pumping this morning, as I always am. My son says to me, he can't keep up with me. He says it's just like I'm just 100 mile an hour, because I'm always excited. I'm always excited. Hello, Alison. Lee Andy says, I'm always excited when we are building this community like we're doing. It's absolutely fantastic, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Hey, guys, shortage of products. I think the problem, that the reason... I've got to say hello to people. I can't help it. Jamie Fours, good morning. How you doing, Jamie? If you're enjoying the live stream, give it a thumbs up now. Please give it a thumbs up. I want to see some more likes on here this morning. It's so important that we do these live streams. If I am not doing it, somebody else is going to do it, and I want to make friends with all of you. Any chance of a chat about a potential clients with unrealistic expectations? And budgets, yeah, absolutely. Gareth Williams, you can give me a ring on 07795 595 994. I give my number out on a regular basis. If you want to give me a call, that's no problem at all. 07795 595 994. You can give me a ring after the live stream if you want. There's no problem at all. We can have a quick chat. Shad says, you think the sun will help us with the hair? I don't know. I don't know if it's not mine to grow a little bit. Lee Andy's given us a big thumbs up. Yeah, shortage of products. We've talked about this for a number of times. I'm glad that you just come on. Let me just hear from you now. Just keep bringing. Oh, 7 likes. Absolutely fantastic. 16 live viewers, 7 likes. But it's not about that. It's not about the quantity. It's about the quality. Content, sand, fence panels, concrete products, and stone paving. The list is endless, lads. There we are. John Ward says it. He's communicating with you. He knows you. Do you know, it's amazing sometimes when we do these live streams, the people who start to get to know each other. I'd love to know where you're all from. And it'd be great if for once or in the future, as you join the live stream, you can just say who you are, name of your company, and where you are, because definitely there are consumers that watch this live stream. We've been told 9 likes. It'd be great to have 16, but I don't think we're going to get 16. John, I was thinking, and I've been talking to different people in the industry for the last few months, like a lot of you have, and one of the reasons actually that we are having problems with the products, because they've had guys on furlough. They were on furlough, and as a result of being on furlough, there's a shortage of drivers. That's why we're having a shortage of product. Joe Baker has just joined us. Where do you get your sandstone slabs from? Andrew Ashwood says, got the sandstone sand and cement coming Monday for the patio. Lots of products at Stonecraft near Bristol. Stonecraft near Bristol. It's great that you're plugging them in as well, because Joe has just said, where do I get my sandstone from? Well, I'll tell you now, we have a group sponsor on the Landscape and Survival group, and we use, for our sandstone, we use Chris and Liz Ayres at Cheshire, at Sandstone Supplies up there. And I tell you now, they're just like us. They're wonderful people, family run business with a family ethos and great service. Give them a ring, check them out. Just go on there. I'm not telling you to go on there and buy, but just give them a chance, give them a ring, ask them for a quote. That's the least you can do. There are a number of suppliers up and down the country. Go on there and have a look. I'm going to read what Gareth Williams says there. Drove around to TP Jewson's Oldham Road, Manchester, even B&Q for had no grit sand yesterday. Gareth, Manchester Landscapes. There we are. That's what it's about. Gareth, thanks for that. It's great when people sort of respond in that such a fashion. There she are. She just brought me a cup of tea now, Alison. Alison's brought me a cup of tea, and possibly at some point we will be having a bacon sandwich this morning. A bacon sandwich and with some eggs. I don't eat bacon all the week. How many of you guys go and have missed having that breakfast, that full English breakfast like you do in the winter, or when we were out of COVID, this COVID period? My nose is itchy this morning. It tells me that something's going to happen. Look, seriously, how many of you guys are a lot more healthier because you're not going into those breakfast places in the morning? John Ward says, I'm well. Hope you are good, Alison, and all is well. I love it. This is great. This is what it's all about, building a community. We're all getting to know each other, and at some point in the future, I'll probably be meeting some of you out there on the road at some point. What are people paying for their patio packs? Joe obviously needs some information about that. If anybody would like to offer some advice on what you're paying for your patio packs, now is the time. Lee Andy says, might be popping in to see them today. Yeah, absolutely. Pop and see Liz and Chris. Wonderful people, and I get on really great with them. Really nice, really pleasant people, and a great service. But you've got to just have a look and just check. Just don't go by my recommendations all the time. John Ward says, yes, we eat muesli. No fry up for us, but miss it in the winter. Yeah. Do you know, there is nothing like a hearty breakfast. You've got to fuel the engine, haven't you, when you're working? You've got to fuel the engine. It's so important. And while we're at it, remember, it's not just about the landscapers on here and contractors. It is about the consumer. John, what is your opinion? What's your experience with being fed on site with your customers, your client base? I tell you, we've had some great ones over the years. I mean, seriously, I remember many years ago, I built a wall, and this wall that I was building as a nice curvaceous wall. I can't even remember what happened yesterday, but I can remember 30 odd years ago down there in Essex, and I remember building this wall and a customer asking me would I like some dinner, and they've had some for me and it was good to go. I went inside and remember sitting in their kitchen, and I remember having cauliflower cheese, ham, boiled ham, and potatoes, jacket potatoes I think it was. Absolutely gorgeous. And I sat down there with them and they paid me, no problem, not to eat the meal. They paid me for the job. At the end of the job, I didn't even have to ask for my money. And if you guys actually have to ask for your money at the end of the job, I'm just going to read what people say there now. Patio pack 300 to 700 depends on grading. Yeah, absolutely. John has picked up on a crucial point there about the grading. I'm going to leave my glasses on there now because they're so important. We've got a few messages coming through there. Lee Handy says, I still need a breakfast in the morning to keep me going. Well, I do as well. Every morning, it's either Weetabix or porridge. And people are going to say, why are they talking about breakfast? It's so important because it sets you up for the day sometimes. In some case, people say they don't need a breakfast, but for me, I need a breakfast. I'm in a good mood and I turn up and I'm full of confidence. And as a result of that confidence, it makes my customers feel better. I don't go gassing on like I do now. I listen to customers. I know you guys listen to customers. Our lads are gym freaks and won't touch fry-ups. John, I'm going to come across. John, can I have a day working with you one day? Please, I'm going to wait for that answer now. I want to go and spend a day with John Ward on site, do a vlog, and you guys can get to know John Ward. And hopefully, as well, when we're down there doing it, and we're going to plug it, and we're going to get people to see who John Ward is and what he stands for. Stephen Burris said, sat outside Greg's with a bacon and sausage. Are you really, Steve? I've never asked that before. Where are people now while this live stream's going on? Stephen Burris says, sat outside Greg's with a bacon sarnie. Absolutely fantastic. Bacon and sausage, fantastic. Terry Dare says, 20,000 for a fitted kitchen, no problem. 5,000 for a Louvre patioed area. Suddenly we're all on. We're all on the take. It does make me chuckle. 20,000 for a fitted kitchen, no problem. 5,000 for a Louvre patioed area. Suddenly we're all on. It takes, no, well, we're not quite sure. Sorry, Tao, I don't get that. Yeah, all a good client's breakfast rolls all the time, but some think we are robots. Not even offer a cup of tea. Yeah, hey, that's not good, is it? Hey, if you are a consumer out there, hey, John, we've just nailed it. This live stream is about communication, isn't it, with your landscaper. Look, I had a lot of people actually wanted to come onto this live stream this morning and phone up and ask questions. Certainly suppliers did because they want your money just like we want our customers' money. There's no problem with that at all. But this week was about you and about communication, about building that community, and also building a community and good communication with our consumer. I'm going to wait for some questions coming. John Ward says about robots not even offer a cup of tea. Do you know, isn't it a basic human thing to do to offer somebody a cup of tea or a sandwich or just to pass the time of the day with them? I remember turning on a job many years ago, John, Mrs. Edwards, her name was, right? I'm going to say where it was, and she was a lovely old lady in some respects, but I remember the first day turning up, thinking I was Howard Keel. For all those of you who don't know who Howard Keel is, he used to make musicals, and I was singing away there, something like Bless Your Beautiful Hide, and then she looked at me and said, I'll be glad to see the back of you. So that wasn't a great start. The communication had broken before we had started. Joe Barker says, I'm also after some cedar to clad over the existing fence. The prices are going up and other options. Well, Joe, I use a guy called Chris Trendle, but I haven't seen Chris for a while. I think he was having a bit of a problem getting product. But there is the Welsh Larch company. They do those buttons as well if you're interested in doing that. Larch is good, but don't you actually think of that? Maybe you've never thought of it. Have a look at it and see what you actually think. Would have you'd have to pay me, John. I'd come along, mate. Honest, just it'd be good to come along and see the guys. I'm due for my second vaccine soon, so I'm going to be safe. Yeah, I'd love to come along, John. And seriously, when I say these things, I do make things happen. I will be there with you, John, and I will be out there, and I will come and see you. John, whereabouts in the Midlands are you? I want you to maybe just plug who you are. And like everyone else, even Lee out there as well. Always listening, says Lee Andy. No, buy the cedar now while you can, yeah. Do you know, I was talking to Alison yesterday. We got a job to do for a client, and we're on about getting product in as soon as possible to make sure that it's not a discontinued line and that there's plenty of stock of it. And my advice is now to you as the consumer, start speaking to your contractor and making sure that you get the products. And you don't necessarily have to give them the money to get it if you're worried about that. But what you can do, you can place your order with the supplier to make sure that it comes in stock. But how many times, John, let me ask you, John Ward, let me ask you this. How many times in the past, over the years, have you bought your product nice and early to make sure it's there? In the past, I've done this, only to turn up at that supplier's or to give them a ring, and they've sold it. They've sold what you've paid for. That has happened to me many times. I've said to them, put my product in the corner out the way, and they have sold it. Do you know, I had a really horrible feeling then because they knew what they'd done and they sold it. And this was a multinational on several times, not just one of them. It's happened many, many times to me. And I'm absolutely, even now to this day, totally disgusted about what they're doing. I tell you what, I had a horrible feeling then because I remember that happening, turning up for my product, giving them a ring, and I've been down there, and I said, where is it? And they said they've sold it. It's gone. And it's only just to work out they sold it. I went absolutely off my head about that. That's just not good at all. Ooch for you, John Payne, mate, stating the wrong foot with a client. Yeah, absolutely. Solihull, that's right. John, God's country, don't laugh. I know it is. I worked down there many, many years ago, John. I am pre-ordering all my materials for the next few months, said Alison. Great idea. Lee Andy says, I've got the neighbours making my tea. Bless her, as my client is out all day. Lee, are you working today? How many of you guys actually work a Saturday? How many customers would like their contractor to work a Saturday? Hey, if any of you consumers out there, how do you feel about your contractors working a Saturday? I don't know. It was never no problem for me. It was certainly years ago. It was a sort of thing that we always did. We always, when I used to work on site many, many years ago, we always had to work. It was compulsory. When I moved from Worcester down to Essex, even in Worcester, Avon Construction, the company was years ago, they were from Perthshire, I think they were. They always used to work a Saturday. And we used to work up all around Solihull and Lichfield then. And we had to work a Saturday. As a consumer, how do you feel? You've had those contractors there all week. They've been singing, they've been shouting, they've been making tea, they've been making a noise. The cement dust has got everywhere. Do you want a rest on a Saturday, or do you want them to push on with your project? Got a couple of comments on there. John Ward says, twice a year and can name the company. And I ordered 5 weeks in advance and looked like a turnip, telling the client we can start and pick another product. Not good, John, is it? Not good. John Ward's saying there where he's actually bought products and the supplier has sold it. If you're a supplier, you need to take note of this live stream this morning. And I know there are suppliers that watch this because they tell me. So if you are a supplier, make sure if a customer buys a product, don't sell it. Don't sell it. It's not yours to sell, okay? It is, you sold it. It's gone. The contract is made. Oh, that's not good. I tell you what, I wish I never even mentioned that. Do you know, John, I feel really sick. I remember it happened many, many times with two main suppliers. It's happened, and it wasn't, I just remember that feeling of going in there and asking where it was. And like you said, you feel a right, I'm going to say it, I felt a right plonker. Can I say that? Is that politically correct? I felt right plonker going into the merchants. I've told the customer that I paid for it, and they thought I was lying. Please let me have just a sip of this wonderful tea. Do you know, that's a cracking cup of tea, Al. I know you're watching. I know you can hear me. Don't want to hit the tea over now. Just going to get see what John says. Twice he says this happened to him. Nye Grant says, I, mate, moved into a new build, wanting a porcelain patio, getting some quotes. One guy said, I'll need a concrete base. The other said hardcore. What's the best, please? Do you work in the West Midlands? Well, right now, Nye Grant, right, we have John Ward down in Solihull. It's your neck of the woods down in the West Midlands. Maybe you can give him a ring and maybe you can get some advice. Personally, for me, I think that all paving now, certainly even sandstone, with being so thin what it is, I always put a sub base in, but I always put a lean mix. A lean mix is a concrete mix. It's a different type of concrete. But, you know, porcelain being what it is, it's all about belt and braces. It's entirely up to you how you go about it, what you want to do. But you may have to pay the price for it. But if you're going to be putting concrete in, and I'm sure John would agree with me, if it's going to be a wet pour, you're going to have to put steel in it because it's going to fragment, it's going to crack, it's going to move. And that's why they put steel in concrete. The more water you put in there, it has a like to sort of a tendency to sort of fragment and crack and expand. With a lean mix, okay, with a lean mix than the one I've just literally if you want to go online after this live stream, I've loaded a video up and I've entitled it. It's not clickbait, or is it? What do you reckon, John? It's how to lay a porcelain patio the right way. That's how I've entitled it. Nye Grant, I mate, moving into a new build, wanting a porcelain patio, getting some quotes. One guy said, I'll need concrete sub base. Concrete sub base, another hardcore. What's the best, please? Gareth Williams says, I work Saturday and Sunday while weather's nice. Yeah, make hay while the sun shines. Absolutely, Gareth. John Ward says, it depends on the ground, Gareth, but generally driveways, concrete, always foot traffic hardcore with a lean mix, sub base with steel or fibres and dry mix. Always water, but need to see. Nye, if you're watching now, John Ward's on here. John, if you want to, I don't know if it's best to give you a number or if you just want to message somehow, just make some communication. This is what these live streams are about. And it clearly does work what we're actually doing, what you guys and you girls are doing and the consumer are doing on it. If there are any consumers in that area or if there's any consumers now that want to recommend any contractor, you can do so now on this live stream or after in this video in the comments, because we will be posting it. If any consumer that wants to recommend anybody in their area, if anybody's looking for a contractor, you can just put it in the comments. It's no problem at all. Even if you're in this area, there's some good contractors round by me, and I'm meeting them on a regular basis now. Some of the younger generation coming through are absolutely fantastic what they're doing. I mean, some really inspirational work, and they've got the tools now, and they've got the social media, and it gives a sense. Joe, I think the thing is, John, with all this social media and with YouTube, it's almost shamed people into producing good work as well, because they don't want to get exposed. Because years ago, of course, we never had social media. All we had was Roger Cook on the Cook Report, and he would go around and he would probably shame people for doing bad work. Defo, usual videos as a go-to for the industry. Thank you, John. John made a valid point there, and that's the thing now. If people are watching, and people always ask about sub bases, and it will always depend on the dig. People always talk about a domestic patio being a 100 mm sub base, but it's not. It will just depend on the dig. If the dig is not good, that meaning the soil, the substrate is not good and it's unstable, you probably need to go a little bit deeper. What I would say, and I don't know whether everyone else actually agrees with me, is that the fact is that by putting a geotextile underlay on the substrate, what we call the dig, is a good thing to do, is a really good thing to do, because it will stabilize the ground. And wearing these glasses more and more now, you know, John, I'm going to get some really fancy glasses. Any recommendations for glasses, give me a shout. I'd like to know. John Ward says, yep, Trustpilot is my reference for us. There we are. That's interesting, Trustpilot. Jamie Four says, remember Rogue Traders on the telly? Yeah, Rogue Traders. Do you know, I do. And you're inside. I want to get off the subject about Rogue Traders. There is bad work out there, and we have to say, don't we, John? We have to say, and Lee's on here, Lee Andy as well. There's some really bad work going on at the moment, but there's some really good work, and I know for a fact that the industry is overwhelmed, is saturated now with people coming into the industry, literally coming into the industry that are furloughed and believe they are landscapers and they have that qualification. Some will have that qualification. Some are really good tradesmen and they know how to turn a coin. And but then there's some that isn't. They're jumping on and they're taking money off people. If you are a consumer and you want some advice, there are plenty of contractors on here that can give you some advice or point you in the right direction. If you want some information and you want me to help you, just drop me an email, info@greentoplandscapes.co.uk. I am starting to get back to everybody. I always offer this, and I do apologise if I don't get back to people, but I'm inundated with this. But I will. If you want to give me a ring, my number is 07795 595 994. That's 07795 595 994. Got a couple of comments there. I'm just going to read them. Nye Grant says, cheers, Johnny. Keep up the good work. Love the videos. Nye, listen, I love when you guys have a positive response like this. That's all we want. We can have a negativity. It goes hand in hand. We have to deal with it. I see it all the time. There's a lot coming in to make a fast buck and moving on quick. Yeah, absolutely. They've got to move on quick, John, because they don't want to get caught. I've got to say, I had a call yesterday and then I had a WhatsApp call. I think I got something in my ear. It's all the dust. I had a WhatsApp call. Then this gentleman had showed me his garden. And do you know, John, it was. I really fell for this guy. It looked good on the top. And he used a product. I'm not even going to name the product because I don't think it's fair because that company hasn't had time to even respond to it. And it's a different product to what I would have used. But the jointing wasn't good, or the paving had delaminated. And then what I said to him was to take one of the slabs up, break through the laying bed, and see what sort of sub base they actually put down. And it was all soft. It was absolutely soft. He's at 60 meters. Now the guy is telling him that he can do it on the weekends. And on the weekends, he needs to go back there, rip it all up, and start again, and probably even compensate somebody for making such a mistake. If you're going into this business and you want to be a contractor, you want to be a landscaper, and you want to deliver something, make sure that you deliver. It's not fair. These people work hard for their money, just like you work hard for their money. So try and deliver something of quality. Take your time, and just if you are a contractor, you're not sure on method or statement, there are plenty of contractors that join us on this live stream. If you want to message me, if you want to ask me any questions, if you want me to come to your site and help you to project manage it, that'll be no problem at all. Yes, there will be a cost in it. There has to be, I just can't give all my time up free for everyone. But if you want me to come along and project manage and help you to go through that process and just come over and just give the once over, I'm more than happy to do it. While we're on here now, because we're going to stay live with it for a while at the moment, John Ward says, I see it all the time. Oh, read that. Sorry, John. Coming to make a fast buck, and moving on quick. We had a gentleman join us this week from up in Crewe, up Cheshire, and his name's Ryan. And what that Niall's on here. I apologise for that. And Ryan was such a nice guy. He'd come down for the week, wanted to come and have a look. And he's more than capable, this young man. And the reason he's more than capable, he served in the British Army. He's had plenty of ethos driven into him and training, which is just absolutely unbelievable. I've got to say big thank you to Ryan for coming along. Really enjoyed having Ryan come down here. And he's the sort of guy that I want to stay in touch with in some way. And so if you're looking for a landscaper, if you're up in Cheshire, or around that area, or anywhere in the country, if you want a job done, we might be able to get Ryan on it for you. And he doesn't want me to give his details at the moment because for certain reasons, but I can recommend him. And it may be the case that in the future I may be doing some work with him. So if you're looking to get some jobs done anywhere in the country, I might be able to start finding the time because we are working with another landscape team. Basically, that's what we're doing. Just Alison wrote some things down for me to mention. ITS are also the supporters of this live stream. Have a new catalogue out this week. I haven't had one personally, but they've been working on a new catalogue, and there's a big announcement about still products as well they're going to be doing. Also, I need to say hello to Mr. Cameron Book in Pembrokeshire and his wife Ali. They watch every Saturday. Yeah, I know they do. I know they do. Alison, you didn't have to write that. Cameron and his wife Ali, big thank you for joining every week. Looking forward to meeting you. And when we come down there, we can have a piece of cake with a cup of tea. I like a piece of cake with a cup of tea when I go and see customers, because whilst I'm eating the cake, this is the point, I'm not talking, and it gives them a chance to talk and explain to me about what they want. Okay, here we go. Let me just read some more of the comments that's coming through at the moment. I just, do you know, I love having John on here. He's a great guy. He's always full of it. Gareth Williams as well, our regular viewers. John says, I've seen flow point failure this week. Really? On the edges of porcelain, we are taking out this week to see what's wrong. Really? Do you know, Flowpoint is a great product. I wouldn't personally use it for porcelain because I think is it a bit, I see it, John, tell me, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know, is it a bit gritty? I've heard it's a little bit gritty. But look, there you are. There's the quality of a contractor right now on this stream. John Ward says, read what he actually says there. He says, I've seen flow point failure this week, John. On the edges of the porcelain, we are taking it up this week. John, I've seen it used. I've watched all those YouTube videos about it, but I've never, ever used it. So I can't really comment on it. I have actually seen it on a job in Cardiff, and it looks a little bit grainy for me. There's a little bit of grit in it. Gareth Williams says, I'm always surprised how many clients don't take me up on the offer of references to check my pictures of my past work. Joe Gatt, I totally agree with you. What I'm able to do, because I've got all those YouTube videos, and I recommend everybody to have a YouTube channel. It's not just for influencers or YouTubers like me. It helps me to show people the work, what we're doing. And sometimes if you're not a talker like me, to showcase your product is a good way of doing it. Doing it with small videos. And Gareth, yeah, you're right. Gareth Williams, I'm always shocked when they don't take up on, because they probably trust you, Gareth. That's what it's about. They haven't taken you up on that offer because they trust you. There we go. Andrew Ashford says, in your opinion, John, what colour grape do you think goes best on candlelit grey? Well, I'll be honest, Andrew, what we got to remember is that all grouting systems will get dirty. So it's going to go dark, and and depending on what grouting systems you use, I think certainly you say about candlelit grey there, I think all sandstone paving should be sealed. I don't know what your opinion, John, is, but I think all sandstone paving should be sealed. We are working on that sealer. We're looking at about another couple of 3 weeks before we see a product that I can actually show you, but there is a sealer coming out soon. If any of you have any interest about sealer, just drop me a message at info@greentoplandscapes.co.uk. The sealers are coming out. Impregnating sealers are so important. Don't use the topical sealers, in my opinion, simply because it's almost like putting a varnish on and the paving can't breathe. Really, honestly, now be careful about what sealers that you are buying. And it's so difficult for all of us when we're even going into those suppliers like B&Q, like Salco's, all of them, Travis Perkins, if they are selling sealers, the things that you see online, there's so much information, and trying to understand it. If you want me to do a live feed again soon with Ryan, our chemist, and Rebecca, okay, we can talk about sealers again. I haven't done one on YouTube, but I have done it on Facebook. We'll be doing that again soon. If you need some advice on sealers, we'll be able to get the information back to you. Yeah, as I said, sealers, grout systems always go dark. For me, using coloured grouts, I'm not quite sure about to match in. I think just using, in some cases, you don't want to be using a grey grout, but certainly from a design side, they are going to go dark, and they go dark when they're wet, and they all look the same. Andrew Ashford says, thanks, John. No problem at all, Andrew. Look, if any of you need any help, like I said, just drop me an email, info@greentoplandscapes.co.uk. I hope Cameron Burke and his wife and Ali down in Pembroke are still watching. I hope the weather's great down there today. It's certainly here is in South Wales. It's absolutely fantastic. But hi guys, how you doing? John Ward says white on the edges, gritty, not our job, but being paid. Looks like it was washed off too early, but guessing at the moment. Yeah, sorry about that, John. I do apologise. I mistaken, thought it was one of your jobs, but you're going along and putting it right. And I see what this is the thing. This is the thing, you see, John, is that, you know, what I've been trying to do for the last 3 or 4 years now is to get meetups with suppliers where they can actually do some training on this product. I've got to have a drink because my throat. Yeah, and don't forget, mine, if you're watching this live stream now and you're enjoying it, just give me a thumbs up. Yeah, John, yeah, it's important to have these meetings. We had a couple of meetings a couple of years ago, 18 months ago, with banner adhesives, and they told us their point of view when it comes to porcelain paving, and it was massively interesting. And just to listen to their view from a tiling element side of it, and then we're laying this porcelain outside. Is it a slab? Is it a tile? I don't know. There's so much being said, and I keep being drawn back to it. Somebody said to me the other week, they said, why do you keep making videos about porcelain? What's your view on that, John? When you see, and anyone else, this is not just about John. I'm not picking on Johnny. I want John's view. He's an experienced contractor. I want to know what your view is when I'm producing some of the same videos over and over again. I've said before, I'm fed up of doing how-to videos, but it's so important that people see what we're talking about and to show, because some reason they don't see the other videos. Look, I've got that title now, How to Lay Porcelain Patio the Right Way. I feel it's the right way, and I suppose the accountability comes back to me. If there's a problem, I will deal with it. And you know, in the past, I've shown how I've dealt with things on a regular basis. So important that you really make a difference for these people, because the idea about doing these gardens, that you're changing people's lives, you know, and if it's not done right, you will change their life in a very bad way, you know, and not a good way. So sad when you see people struggling to get people to come back to do things. It's not good at all. I wouldn't like it. It's not a good thing. So get things done. And I'm just, look, whatever I do, okay, if there's a mistake, I put it right. If there's an issue, I put it right. I speak to people. They might not necessarily be right all the time. Customers aren't always right all the time. But it's trying to find that happy medium and that unity that you should have with them to ensure a positive outcome from whatever has happened. And many times over the years, I certainly lost the plot because I was a young man and I didn't know how to handle these situations. And it's the same for all of us, you know. We can probably be good at putting plants in or doing timber work or doing paving, but when it comes to the diplomacy side of things, we're not that good, are we? For whatever reason, maybe through education or upbringing, I don't know, or whether we have anxiety in certain ways, I don't know. It's sometimes, you know, my mouth goes dry when I'm trying to speak to customers as well, and I struggle. But the best thing to do in that situation is not to say nothing and just hold back. There is a comment coming in just before there now. Demand Grows, that's his name. He says, try tanking slurry on the back of the slab to stop rising moist and salts, then let it dry, and then the priming slurry and lay. Yeah, absolutely. Priming slurries are so important now, certainly with the sandstone getting thin. We will keep repeating this, okay? We keep repeating the same process, the same stories, because people need to be told what to expect. If you're thinking of having some work done, you know, you need to know these things. And don't forget, if you are thinking about having some work done, maybe even if it's next year, because that's the way it's going at the moment, if you want to drop me an email, if you want to talk to me or arrange a Zoom meeting, I can maybe help you through the process by pointing out certain elements about choosing a contractor, how to choose a contractor. There you go. Gareth Williams says, John, keep pushing porcelain. I'm aiming hopefully only to be offering porcelain in the future. Gar, no problem at all, mate. I'm always here for you, and it'd be great to come up and see you as well one day and see what you're doing. My glasses, there you are, that's better. Steve Burrows, yeah, so Gar, look, let's talk sometime. Let's have a meetup. We have got companies that want to do a meetup across the country, and we're heading north at some point. And when I head north, I am going to go and see John Ward. Steve Burrows says, Johnny, I'm working on for my brother-in-law this morning. Can you tell him family jobs are not always free? I think a 24 pack of San Miguel would be... You know, this is brilliant. Steve Burrows, I love that. This is where you have a bit of sense of humour, a bit of banter come in. That's absolutely brilliant. Steve, I need to know what your brother's name is. Johnny, I'm working for my brother-in-law this morning. Can you tell him family jobs are not always free? I think a 24 pack of San Miguel is free. Steve, you need to tell him that you've been on here and I've been helping you and you've been supporting me. We support each other. So he needs to send me a 24 pack of San Miguel as well. Yeah. Whatever your name is, Bud, Steve Burrows is he's a great guy and he needs watering in some way. And in this case, he needs some beer. Tim P says, I laid my slate. Great picture, Tim. How many of you guys, when you put your pictures on there, I want to see who you are. I want to see what you like, what you look like. Steve, get your picture on. I want to see the next comment coming up. I want to see your picture on there. Tim P says, I laid my slate paving charge too high. I've got oak sleeper timber. Now I need to grout, but the grout will be above the sleeper. Any advice, please? Maybe make your sleeper a little bit higher, Tim. Tim, if you want to send me a picture of that, send it to info@greentoplandscapes.co.uk. Do you know, Tim, I admire you coming on, asking a question where you've had a problem with with anything. Anybody can come on here and talk about anything. It's not always about landscaping. It's also too much mortar. I laid my slate. Tim, you need to send me a picture. I'm going to read that again. I laid my slate paving tiles too high. I've got oak sleeper timber. I've got oak sleeper. No, I will need to grind it. Tim, you need to send me a picture. I don't fully understand what's going on there, but if you send me a picture, maybe I'll have a look at it. And whereabouts are you, Tim, as well? That's the other question. You've got to remember is that we've had so many consumer... Gavin says, Johnny, when you're doing this walk with the barrowmate, well, Gav, I'll tell you now. Yeah, just going to say, we have helped so many consumers out here because I do know some real good contractors across the country. I've known them. I've been with them for the day. We've met up, and they are good contractors. And we can actually put you in touch with a good contractor if you're looking for one. That's no problem. We can do it through here. Tim P says, I'll send a photo. Thank you, Tim. Really, really appreciate it. Gareth Williams, you need to get your picture up on here. When am I doing the walk with the wheelbarrow? I am doing it. It is happening. And the reason we've been waiting is because sometimes it's so ambiguous about this COVID thing, about what's going on, what we can do, when we can do it. So just got to be careful because it will get some publicity. I do need some help with that, with the walk to Manchester. I need some advice and some help on how we get the charity page going, because it's going to be for charity. And it'd be great to get somebody involved to sort of help me to run that charity page. So if anybody's listening this morning, you want to get involved in some way, just let me know, because I need some help. Yeah, even I need some help. There's no ifs or buts about it. But the walk is going to be happening. We've worked out that it's going to take we are going to push it. We're probably going to walk run as well in places. And my friend Eloy is coming with me, my work colleague. He's a great guy. We're going to be doing it together. So we're going to be doing that walk, and it is going to be supported by ITS. We've got Aspects as well from Ipswich, the Easy Prime company. Don't forget, mind, if you need some Easy Prime, if you're in my local area and you want some Easy Prime, just give us a call, because we can help you out with that. That's no problem. If any of your suppliers can't get it to you, give me a shout. I can help. It's as simple as that. I can help you. It'd be interesting to know after, when this live stream goes out, if you can just comment on the products that you're struggling with at the moment, because we might be able to hook you up with somebody, link you up with another supplier across the country that might be able to get product to you. This is what this portal, this network is about there. It's there to help. Well, look, guys, we've had a fantastic live stream this morning. Just got to say a big thanks again to ITS, the supporters of this live stream. And I'm going to say it again. Cameron and Cameron Burke and Ali, his wife Ali, down in Pembroke. Looking forward to coming down and seeing you very, very soon. Don't forget to get the cake in, and then I'll shut up for 5 minutes. Look, it's been great having you on this show this morning. I love doing this live streams. It does me the world of good. It's almost like counselling. But just to let you know, my in-laws are on the way, apparently, because we are going to have a meet-up, because we're allowed to, I think. I haven't said nothing wrong I shouldn't say, but we need to see them. So important that you stay in touch with your loved ones. So important. If you've got any advice or anything that you think that can help this channel grow, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks, Johnyboy. Well, shall I send the photo? Tim P, if you can send it to info@greentoplandscapes.co.uk. We'll receive it. We have a look at it. And if you want to give me a ring, Tim, as well, after, or if you want to do a WhatsApp, that's probably the best thing to do. My telephone number, and I'll give it out, it's no problem at all, which is 07795 595 994. If you need some help, there you are, Tim. 07795 595 994. You can find it on the Green Top Landscapes website, which is www.greentoplandscapes.co.uk. Going to leave you on a final note. It's so important that have a great weekend, Gareth. You too as well. I've met some really great clients this year and last year and over the years, and got to say a big thanks to Chris and Lisa up in Ebervale, and Liz and Tom recently, and Stacey. You've been absolutely wonderful, and also to Simon Dorr and and even Ivor and Sue that we're working for at the moment. We've really got there's some wonderful people out there, and I just thank you for accepting the quote. Sharon as well, we're going to be working for, and her husband down in Langston very soon. And Mr. Barry Barsley, he's almost become a friend of mine as well now. And Simon Dorr, great guy. I'm going to pop out, if Simon is watching this morning, or if you watch later on, I'm going to pop out and see you sometime, Si. You're a great guy, and your wife is as well. So big shout out to you guys. Thanks for everything that you've done to support me as a business. We mustn't forget that. We are nothing without our consumers. We're nothing without our wives as well. Look, thanks for joining the live stream. Massive thanks to everyone else. I've said enough now. That's it. I'm going to go back. I'm going to have a bacon sandwich. I haven't had one all week. I'm absolutely starving. Be safe. Take care. See you soon. Take care, guys.